What's up, Rutgers? Thanks for tuning in to Inside Rutgers. I'm your host, Darius Still.
And I'm Morgan Parrish. Welcome back to All Things Rutgers. We're here to give you the inside scoop on everything happening on the Rutgers campuses.
And there's always so many things going on and new additions here.
You're right. Speaking of new additions, Rutgers recently launched the world's first accelerated bridge testing facility, and we have your first look.
The Center for Advanced Infrastructure Technology has unveiled a unique bridge testing lab that can measure stresses and deterioration on full-scale bridge systems.
So the BEAST is a facility that allows us to better understand how bridges perform and really the durability of these bridges. We're testing a bridge sample, and the idea is that that bridge sample will be representative of the inventory that's all around our nation or even throughout the world. So if you look at the way that bridges perform now in the field, they last a long time. Bridges are very robust, and so it takes a unique set of instruments for us to understand their performance, and it takes a lot of time. And what we're trying to do with the BEAST is to speed up that time, to be able to go through heat and cold cycles and do those in a rapidly compressed time to understand how that deterioration affects the performance. And we're looking at these assets as assets that are now aging. They're now hitting their 50, 60, 70 year mark. Some are over 100 years old. So the beauty of the BEAST is that our testing protocol can really be tweaked and changed. We're able to then come up with validation of some of these construction methods, and we're able to give feedback a lot faster to those bridge owners. We're all really excited to get going, to get researchers to come in, to collaborate with us so that we can begin doing this work and begin validating some of the new technologies. Right now is a key time for us to go and research and understand how some of these interventions could better take care of our assets. And so it really is an opportune time to do this research. Students should come and take a look at what we're doing here. So I would invite anyone that would want to come to see the BEAST to come take a look.
It's so amazing that Rutgers is working on things that benefit the world.
Yeah, the Rutgers faculty do so many great things here, as do the students. Let's see what some of our creative undergrads have been doing in honor of the 250th anniversary.
In honor of Rutgers' 250th anniversary, all visual arts students submitted their interpretation of what the revolution means to them here at the Mason Gross Galleries on the Cook-Douglas campus. So why don't we go check out some of what the Rutgers' most talented students had submitted. So can you tell us a little bit about the exhibit Revolution?
Absolutely. This is the BFA annual exhibit. It's open to all BFA students from freshmen to seniors, and so it's a really great show because we're able to feature a selected work from each of the students, and they're asked to submit work that's curated around the theme or the idea of revolution. We have pop-up shows which are independently curated by different Rutgers alums or different curators, and then we have the graduate exhibitions here. So coming up next is the first year graduate students, and then starting in January is the second year MFA students. And then at the end of the year, it's the BFA thesis students that will have 2 exhibitions in this space.
Well, our thesis groups are basically, we collect and curate different pieces, and we see what fits together the best in the context of the work. And that took us like 2 weeks to curate.
I am in the graduating class, so we kind of have to all participate in it. But also, revolution, it just means a lot to me because I am from Egypt. I was born and raised there.
I had, like my topic right now is kind of female representation in video game, and I've been thinking about that for maybe about a year now. So as soon as I heard like what this was about, I was like, I know exactly what I want to put in.
It's actually a very new direction that I've been working in. I was working a lot more representationally, so everything that would be on the picture would be really immediately identifiable, but I spent a month in Rome this past summer, and that alone really changed the way that I approached my work. I was painting in all oils, but this is all watercolor now.
This was actually a dress that I had, and napkins and paper bags and plastic bags and anything and everything, thinking about what I can use to make a mark.
So this piece is kind of more about like language. I created my own alphabet like a year ago, and most of my paintings are based on text, and they're all like different compositions of different words.
Revolution is just a change, like a necessary change to me.
Like revolution can start like as a seed or an idea, and your will to want to apply that idea to your personal life. So I think that the individual aspect of having a revolution can also be an internal idea. It doesn't have to be a large scale.
I was kind of thinking about like a restructuring or redesign of how we think about painting and what is a painting, and how, you know, what you can do to sort of reformat the ideas that come with it.
Well, this exhibit was nothing short of revolutionary. Happy 250th anniversary, Rutgers. We cannot wait to see what the rest of this year-long celebration has in store. I'm Morgan Ciani, RUTV.
The art exhibit looked great. Rutgers has a lot of events scheduled throughout the year to celebrate our history, and you can find out more on 250.rutgers.edu.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but please stay with us because we'll be right back with more Inside Rutgers.
Stay tuned.
Have you ever wanted to visit Italy? China? Or France? Well, now you can. The Rutgers Center for Global Education is here to make your traveling dreams come true and extend your learning opportunities beyond New Brunswick. Located at 102 College Avenue, advisors, global ambassadors, and students who have studied abroad are available to give students advice about programs, academics, and adjusting to a different lifestyle away from home. If you're not sure about what program you would like to apply for, meet with an advisor to go over options and places you might be interested in. You can also ask questions about program expenses, how to obtain travel documents, how to register for classes, and so much more. Whether it's for a year or a semester, be sure to drop by the office for walk-in advising anytime between 12 o'clock p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday, or attend a weekly information session. Most students plan 6 months to 1 year in advance of going abroad. Application deadlines for most programs are the semester before you leave. Spring 2016 applications are due October 1st, 2015. The office is now accepting applications. For a list of programs, application materials you need to submit, and more information, check out globaleducation.rutgers.edu or call the office at 848-932-7787 from 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday. Now you're ready to take the leap and see the world.
College can be stressful, and it's easy to lose track of your health, but maintaining a healthy lifestyle is important. Here are 4 tips to get you back on track. An important part of staying healthy requires an active lifestyle. Make sure you're penciling time to exercise. Whether it be hitting the gym or going for a run, remember to get out there and get moving. A healthy lifestyle revolves around a nutritious diet. It's important to eat the recommended servings of fruits, vegetables, and meats to keep your body going. Hydration is also important, so carry a water bottle or visit water fountains frequently to get your 8 cups a day. In college, there will be many nights spent studying, but try to get enough sleep on a regulated schedule. Sleeping improves learning, memory, and overall health. Doctors recommend 6 to 8 hours of sleep, so determine your sleep patterns for a healthy lifestyle. Reducing stress should not be overlooked either. Do what helps you relax best. Whether it be yoga or meditation, reading, or just hanging out, make time to recharge your batteries. For more information on how you can live a healthy lifestyle at Rutgers, contact Health Services at 848-932-7402. Welcome back to this episode of Inside Rutgers.
Now, you know what makes Rutgers so great is that the heart and soul of this university is made up of all the accomplishments from our students and faculty. I mean, we have award-winning faculty members and students, so let's just check out what some of our best have been up to in this edition of Shining Knight.
I'm Rich Lutz. I'm a distinguished professor in the Department of Marine and Coastal Sciences, and I'm a Shining Knight. I got my start in oceanography back when I was at the University of Virginia. I was a young undergraduate, was part of an undergraduate research participant program organized by NSF, and got a chance to spend a summer at the University of Maine's Marine Lab, and that led to the rest of my career. Starting with a postdoc at Yale University, I was part of the first biological expedition to deep-sea hydrothermal vents. They were discovered in 1977 by a group of geologists and geochemists without a single biologist on board, and I had the good fortune of being chosen as one of the young postdocs that could go on the first biological expedition in 1979, and that pretty much changed my life since. Working in the IMAX feature film was one of the most fulfilling experiences that I've had in life. When you put together an IMAX film, the IMAX film that was co-produced by Rutgers, Volcanoes of the Deep Sea, was actually seen by 200 million people worldwide. So it's an opportunity to expose the kind of research that you're excited about to countless millions of individuals, and that's a very, very satisfying thing. 2 weeks ago, I received an award from the National Underwater Academy of Arts and Sciences. It's the most prestigious award they give. It's for lifetime achievements in terms of underwater sciences in this case. And the previous recipients of that award were Jacques Cousteau, Bob Ballard, Sylvia Earle, who holds the record for the deepest diving human being, a fellow by the name of Jim Cameron, who we all know from Avatar. And those are the individuals that vote for the new recipients, and it meant a lot to me to be voted by those individuals who I've always thought the world of. When I was first hired in Rutgers in 1979, I was hired in a department of oyster culture. And then shortly after that, I got thrust into the world of deep-sea hydrothermal vents. Since coming to Rutgers, I've been chief scientist on 21 different expeditions throughout the world's oceans. That's been in the Atlantic, the Pacific Northwest, off Alaska, and most of those expeditions have been to hydrothermal vents that are located on a structure known as the Mid-Ocean Ridge Spreading Center. The students are probably what I enjoy more than anything else. I've been teaching a course in deep-sea hydrothermal vent biology and geology for the last 20 years or more. Rutgers has been my home for 36 years. They've been wonderful to me, and it's been an exciting environment not only to do research, but the students that we've been dealing with, both undergraduate and graduate, are really committed to the fields of marine and coastal sciences. But what better place than Rutgers for the quality of the students we have to take those messages out to the world.
That's what Rutgers is all about. Well, up next in this edition of Inside Your Health, we're going to learn how to stay healthy during flu season.
2 seasons are finally here, the fall and the flu. Although you can grab your coat to guard against the cold, you have to also grab a vaccination to guard against the flu.
This isn't the thing where you go to class with a bad cold. When you have the flu, you're knocked out. You're not going anywhere. Flu actually has an official season. The flu season is October through May, so that's a pretty long time, right? Yeah, it's about 7 months of the year, 8 months of the year that flu is going around and people are catching flu and becoming ill with flu. It is very important for everyone to get a flu shot. The more people who are vaccinated, the less flu there is to pass around. I have heard the epic myth that the flu shot not only does not work, but it was the flu shot that made me sick. Okay, so both are untrue. The flu shot does work, but here's the thing. It takes about 2 weeks before the flu shot is effective, that you have that protection. So if you were starting to get sick, even with a cold before you got the flu shot, you're still gonna get sick. The best way to stop the spread of influenza besides the flu shot is something we all learned at a very early age: wash your hands. So when we are eating right, or eating right most of the time, when we're sleeping most of the time, and when we're physically moving, our body is in the best health, and when our body is in the best health, we have a better chance of resisting certain things, like flu, like cold. We have the flu shot available at Rutgers Health Services and all of our student health centers. Make an appointment for your flu vaccine. It literally will take you less than 5 minutes to do so. You could pick the health center of your choice. So we have Hurtado on College Avenue. We have the Cook Douglas Student Health Center. It's our newest health center on the Cook campus in the Institute for Food, Nutrition, and Health. And then we have the Bush Livingston Health Center, which is located on the Livingston campus. So you can pick what works best in your schedule, your class schedule, where you are physically.
It's very important to stay healthy during the school year, and although you may be nervous of the needle's pinch, it won't be nearly as painful as having the flu during finals time. At the Hurtado's Health Center, I'm Emily Gibbs, RUTV.
Now we're going to be taking another quick break, but please stay with us because we'll be right back, and don't forget to get those flu shots.
There's a better way to wake up in the morning. Start your mornings right with Wake Up Rutgers every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Wake Up Rutgers is the best way to stay updated with all the current events and news happening around Rutgers, so wake up early and tune in. For more information, visit rutgers.edu/programming-channels/wake-Rutgers.
By the time this video ends, someone will develop Alzheimer's disease. It is the only top 10 cause of death in America that cannot be prevented, cured, or slowed. 1 in 3 seniors dies with Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. Almost 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's disease are women. Rutgers Knights Against Neurological Diseases and Disorders stands against this disease. For more information on Knights Against Neurological Diseases and Disorders and Alzheimer's, please visit www.kanddru.com.
Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just tuning in, we're giving you the latest on everything Rutgers.
Now we're going to paint the town scarlet and check out the Scarlet Harvest.
Hello Rutgers, I'm Morgan Ciani, and today I'm here on the gorgeous Douglas campus celebrating the turn of the fall season. We're here for RUPA's Scarlet Harvest, so let's go check it out and have some fall fun. So what are some of the activities that are here for students to participate in today?
So today, aside from the live music, we did have free food. We had a caricature artist and a tarot card reader come. We had a mechanical bull. We had a photo booth open for people to take cute photos with their friends. We had mason jar crafts that people could paint on. And lastly, we had fire pits for people to do s'mores.
Now, how would you say that the fall season has been represented here today?
Well, fall is my favorite season, and I just feel like being outside, being on Douglas first of all, and being on Woodlawn. I feel like the ambiance is just so fall right now. It's very folksy, with the music, with the food, and just being on hay bales. I don't know. It's such a beautiful day right now, and I feel like it celebrates what fall is meant to be.
So what activities did you participate in today and what was your favorite?
I painted a mason jar, I had a caricature drawn, and I got some food and some apple cider.
So what brought you out here to today's event?
I really wanted to ride the mechanical bull today. Just all the activities made me want to stay all day.
I did the painting and the pictures on the haystack.
Looking around and seeing, like, I think 2,000 people came out, and so just like seeing everyone come and just like be outside, that was probably my favorite part.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you had as much fun as I did celebrating the turn of the season. Until next time, keep painting the town scarlet and keep taking in everything Rutgers has to offer. I'm Morgan Ciani, RUTV.
I love this time of the year as the weather gets a little colder and seasons change.
Luckily, at this Scarlet Spot, you don't have to worry about changing seasons, so let's check that out right now.
Let's see.
The Cap and Skull Society is one of the most exclusive organizations here at Rutgers. This honor society admits 0.5% of the entire Rutgers population each year. The trophy room dedicated to its current members and alumni is located on the 4th floor of the Rutgers Student Center. Today we learn more about this not-so-known elite honor society.
The Cap and Skull Senior Honor Society actually started in 1900. A group of students got together and they realized that it would be most beneficiary to the university if a group of students of diverse backgrounds, the leaders on campus, got together, talked, and you discussed what they could do to move the university forward continuously. Every year there are 18 juniors, uprising seniors, that are brought into Cap and Skull. People can apply online at capandskull.rutgers.edu. It's open to everyone. Anyone that is going to be a rising senior can apply, and you get into Cap and Skull by doing what you love. You know, that's point blank. Anytime someone asks me, you know, what can I do here, what can I do here? Just do what you love and do it how you would do it and not how anyone else would do it. And there are 21 buildings on Rutgers campus alone that are named after skulls. For example, Paul Robeson, Werblin, Hale Center. There are a lot of famous skulls, but it's not always about the fame. You know, a lot of times the people that have contributed the most to society are not always the most well known. It's really important for them to collaborate and to figure out what they can do from their prospective fields, from their mindsets, to let them get together and see what they can do to improve Rutgers. On one hand, this room was created so that Cap and Skull could have a physical presence on campus, and on the other hand, it's so that they could give back to the university as they do in other many ways. And so it was created so that student organizations could have more space to meet. It's really important, of course, everyone in Cap and Skull, there's a student leader in some facet or is involved in some student org. And you know, there might not be room for the time that you exactly want, but this room helps decrease that problem a little more. This is for the student body. This is for everyone and anyone. It's for the university.
Not many students know about this prestigious honor society. The Cap and Skull Room is definitely worth checking out. Until next time, I'm Will Powell's RUTV.
Be sure you're checking in with Inside Rutgers. We'll be taking you on a trip to all the great places that you haven't been to yet.
Well, we're going to take one last quick break, but please stay with us because you don't want to miss what's coming up next.
I'm here to tell you today that 1 out of 5 Americans experiences some type of disability in their lifetime.
The Office of Disability Services has significantly impacted my life here at Rutgers.
There are many different symbols at Rutgers that people think about when they think about disabilities, such as curb cuts and automatic door operators.
Basically, the Office of Disability Services has helped guide me step by step to solve any challenge that I face as a student with disabilities.
Our role at the Office of Disability Services is to provide tools to help students with disabilities perform on a level playing field.
And this year we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, which is an equal access law.
They offer the necessary resources to allow me to focus on building my professional career.
The Office of Disability Services inspired me to start an organization on campus.
But we also serve students with invisible disabilities such as attentional, learning disabilities, autism.
On some days, I'm totally fine and can perform to my total abilities. However, on other days, it becomes very difficult to walk and even type and write. Without the services provided by the Office of Disabilities, I wouldn't be able to contact my professors, and I would be too shy because of the fact that I don't look totally ill all the time.
My advisor, Clarence Shive, has coordinated with other Rutgers services, such as paratransit and housing, to ensure that I was being well accommodated.
I want to say thank you to everybody at the Office of Disability Services, especially my coordinator, Kathy Loder-Murphy, for all of their support through everything.
If you think that you may have a disability that's impacting your educational progress in any way, we welcome you to discuss this with us in complete confidence. Or think about your friends who might be struggling and tell them about our office too. Please feel free to visit our website at ods.rutgers.edu for more information.
Together we can help make your experience at Rutgers a very successful one, so please come to the Office for Disability Services if you need our assistance. Thanks.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Now, if classes and midterms have you swamped, we've got you covered in this next segment on reducing stress and staying fit.
You can't do work all the time.
I think college students have a good deal of stress.
Stress affects my life in many ways.
Stress is that something that blocks learning.
The name of the club is Not Just Yoga at Rutgers, and it inspires people to use breathing techniques as well as yoga, and together with meditation to manage their stress.
There are things that people can do anywhere to relieve stress, and these things include simple breathing techniques that we introduce.
The club has helped me relieve stress and learn more breathing techniques, meditation, and just, I guess, learn how to have a healthy mind.
Yoga is basically useless without meditation, and by combining those two techniques of stress management, we hope to inspire students to pass on this versatile technique. You know, for me, it's harder to just sit down and meditate and do yoga by myself, but when I'm with a group of people, I'm more comfortable. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, and they're focusing on relieving their stress.
Everything else in the world zones out, and you can feel the inside of your body and your mind.
Each pose, in general, there's no specific purpose. It's really for you to become more aware of your body, its limits, and setting new limits. So college students, I definitely think, should do this just because it's a good way to just know how to manage your stress, become more aware of yourself, and with any club, you're going to meet people too.
It allows the individual to be more free and open and connect at a level where you both have respect and love for the person.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Inside Rutgers. Please be sure to let us know if you enjoyed this show, and if you have any comments for our next show, tweet us at Rutgers TV.
And remember, if you missed any parts of this episode or any past episodes, you can always check us out online at rutv.rutgers.edu.
Thanks for staying with us, and we'll see you next time on Inside Rutgers. Bye!